Well, we're going to step away from what we've been doing in looking at the magic of Simon Aronson, and now we're moving to a place where Simon has sort of moved beyond what we know as card magic and moved straight into what would be just mind reading. And oddly enough, Simon is not the mind reader here. You're going to see that his wife is actually the mind reader, and they are basically communicating with each other while Ginny is blindfolded, and you'll see that very little is being said, yet Ginny is able to just say what is happening even though she can't see. It's really remarkable. I don't want to say too much because we should just jump into this and take a look, because it is, in my opinion, it's one of the great magic things, seeing people do an act like this. I was a super fan of this, and I chased them around for a while to watch this as many times as I could. And you might even see me in the audience here.
That's very exciting. Long-haired Alex coming up.
It might have been gone by that time. I think it's probably short by this time, but yes.
Oh. Ooh, an intimate version. I never saw it in a room this small.
Good afternoon. I'm Ginny, and you've already met my husband, Simon. We're here to show you that it's the thought that counts.
In the next few minutes, we're going to ask you to concentrate with Ginny. And if our experiments prove successful, she's going to tell you what you have on your mind.
But relax. And don't worry, no one will be embarrassed. We promise not to reveal any private or personal thoughts. We sell those to the National Enquirer.
But seriously, we're not here to convince or persuade anyone. We're solely here today just for your entertainment. But remember, even a skeptic keeps an open mind. You do know that I do dabble in magic, but this is going to be something a little different. A magician might, for example, ask you to pick a card, but I want to use your mind. So I've asked, where's this young lady over here? I've asked her to thoroughly examine a deck of cards just to make sure they're regular cards. I asked her to shuffle them, make sure they're not. Do they meet with your satisfaction? You're sure? Yes. Okay. We're going to use, how about your mind, all right? Okay. We're going to take them in the exact order that you shuffled them. And as I riffle my finger through there, call out the word stop. Okay. And if you don't like the card, we'll do a different one, okay?
Okay. Stop.
Can you see a card?
Yes.
Does that meet with your approval?
That's fine.
Okay. You're going to think of that card.
Okay.
Now, somewhere among all of these cards is the one card you are merely thinking of. Now, remember it, because you are the only person in the room that knows that card.
Okay.
No, Simon, that's not quite right. She's not the only one, because today she and I are sharing our thoughts, and we're both thinking of a red card. I believe it's a diamond. Is that right?
Yes.
Right so far?
So far.
Okay, please focus on the value for me. I'm getting a picture card, and so are you, right? A queen of diamonds. Is that correct?
You're right.
Oh, good, good. It's important that she's very receptive today, but you all know that might have just been luck. It was just a chance. Could have been 1 out of 52. So we're going to make it a little harder right now. I've asked this lady in the audience to examine a blindfold to make sure that this is a complete regulation blindfold, the kind used in kidnappings, firing squads, pin the tail on the donkey. Have you checked it to make sure it's thoroughly opaque?
I checked it out.
Okay.
You can't see
Now,
through it.
what I'd like you to do is come up and help blindfold Ginny.
Okay.
All right? And make sure she can't peek.
Get hard over my hair. Now, while you're here, I'd like you to check on my ears just to make sure there are no hidden earphones and no radios or secret
Nope.
wires, no TV cameras, miniature ones, buried in my hair.
Right, right. Ladies and gentlemen, you do have our personal assurance that we do not use trick blindfolds, any electronics, any stooges or confederates of any kind.
In fact, everything you see today will be accomplished only by the use of the natural faculties we all possess and about 30 years of practice.
Okay. While Ginny remains blindfolded, I'm going to ask that we borrow from you objects and articles that you may have with you, something that Ginny could never know about in advance, and we're going to see whether she can describe them.
would each and every one of you select a few objects that you might happen to have with you. We will try anything.
Right. So please, remove an object from your pocket or from off your person or from your wallet or purse or handbag. It could be coins, cards, jewelry, trinkets, whatever, and we'll see how close Ginny can come. Do we have a whole bunch of things? We do. Oh wow, we have a lot. We have a lot of. Hold them now. What I'm going to ask them to do. There's a lot of thoughts, and there's going to be a lot of people thinking. I'd like to do it one at a time. So when we come to you, hold those objects up, and we'll see whether how close we can come. But everybody, think of the objects that we're coming to. Okay? Ah. All right. Just concentrate on the first one. Keep thinking of that object.
Well, I get the impression of jewelry. It's rather small. I think it's a ring. And but there's something special about this ring. I think they're diamonds.
Is that right?
Is that right?
Well, yeah. Now, please hold yours up, sir. Just keep thinking of yours.
The thoughts I'm getting from this person are they're almost religious in nature. I think it's something special, something maybe even holy. A cross, perhaps?
Is that right, sir? Fine. Yeah. Now just put yours up. Try yours. Okay, try this one.
Well, this person is, their dentist would be very proud of them because they've got their toothbrush with them. It's kind of a shade of blue, isn't it? A blue toothbrush?
All right, put yours up. Go ahead with yours.
Well, I hope our act is not giving this person a stomach ache because I'm definitely getting the thought of some kind of medicine that you would take for an upset stomach.
Yeah. All right, just keep thinking of this right up here. Yeah. Just keep thinking of it.
Well, this is an unusual object. I hope I'm getting it right. It's it's like those little metal pins or studs that people use for body piercing.
Is that right? Wow. Okay. Well, we haven't been over here. Yeah. Now hold yours up. Now see if you can guess what this one is.
Something sticky, like you would stick on something else to keep track of things. Maybe like a Post-it or some other brand.
Yeah. All right, just focus on this one. Now see if you can guess what this is.
Well, it's definitely jewelry. I wish Simon had such good taste. That's very attractive. It's a lovely necklace, and I get the thought of pearls.
Do we have some more objects? Yeah. Now please keep thinking of yours. Now hold yours up.
It's food. Definitely getting a thought of food, and it's kind of sweet, almost like candy, but not quite. It's something you put on your toast. Is that like a marmalade or orange jam? Or
is that right? Yeah. Right. Whoa, okay. We got a lot of all right, focus on this one, everybody. Okay, keep thinking of yours.
Well, there's something to do with fire. There's some flame, I think. A lighter? Is that a lighter? And it's, this person, I'm not sure if that's right. I am getting the sensation of something yellow. It's
a yellow light,
lighter?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, please go ahead with yours. Just hold yours up.
It's small, it's round. I think you play games with it. It's like a chip. Is that a poker? Well, we are in Nevada. I guess it makes sense. It's a poker chip?
Yeah. Try the casino.
Oh, this person goes to nice hotels. This is Bellagio.
Good. Yeah. Now just name this one. Now see if she guesses this.
Well, again, we have somebody who's that this is the toothpaste that goes with somebody else's toothbrush.
Yeah. Do the brand?
I believe it's Crest, isn't it? Is it Crest?
Yeah. Now give me this lady's object. Now see if she guesses this one. Okay, focus on it.
Well, this lady is very careful about her hands, pays a great deal of attention to them, and just in case she gets a chip on her nail, she's carrying her very attractive red nail polish.
Okay. Yeah. All right, hold that one up. Now go ahead with this.
Well, I can see right through this object, but it's a little, it's like glasses, but they're shady. I'd say they're sunglasses.
Yeah. Yeah. Now please, take a look at this object. Yeah. Yeah. Just make out what this one is.
Well, it's like people are thinking of skin. So this is a bit strange. And painting, like a painting on this person's skin is, I don't know, a tattoo or.
That's very, very. Do we had some other objects here? Oh, we had one up. Yeah. Now please look at this one, everybody. Now see if she guesses this.
Oh, it's something electrical, like not really the wire part, but maybe the plug part that you put into the socket. Is that what it? Something like that. Thank you.
All right, please go ahead with yours. Keep thinking of it.
Well, this is again some kind of game, something to play with. I think it's dice, isn't it? It is.
That's what it is.
Vegas, Nevada. It must some dice. Why don't we? Should we give those dice a roll?
Would you do me a favor? Just roll them right on the floor there, and maybe we can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Focus on the total.
Well, the total.
Work very hard on that. All right. Just don't say anything.
Well, the total is an 11.
Wow.
There's I believe a 6 and a 5.
And the colors?
Well, there's a red die and a white die. And to be more specific, that 6 is on the red die, isn't it? And the 5 is on the white.
That's very. Yeah. All right, just go ahead with this one. Now go ahead with this.
Well, this person is sending me the thought of the shoes, but I don't think it really is the shoes. It's something you use to help, get your shoes on. Is it like a shoehorn?
That's right. Yeah. All right, please focus on yours.
Oh, this is definitely something to do with luck. Maybe a charm, some sort of lucky charm.
Was that
don't know
pretty
if
close?
That's pretty close.
That's pretty close.
Pretty
Okay. Let's see. All right, just focus on this lady's object over here. Now try that.
Well, it's a necklace, but this necklace seems to be kind of special, more like a locket.
What shape?
Well, I think it's in the shape of a heart, isn't it?
Is that right?
Is that what it is?
A heart-shaped locket.
What is inside of it?
What?
What is inside of it?
Good question. No. Yeah. Say what kind of jewel is inside that.
Well, they're diamond.
It looks like it, right?
Diamond?
Right. Yeah. And please go ahead with your other object too. Say that for the end, okay? But we'll have.
Well, I'm getting the picture of an image. Is this a camera of some kind?
It's a camera. Yeah. Please give me yours. Think of this one.
Well, it's like money. Definitely getting the thought of money, but not quite. Is it a check maybe from a?
All right. Tell me the amount. All right. Think of the amount of the check.
Well, it's $45 is it 41 cents?
Is that right? Right? You can just make that payable directly to her if you want. Do we have some other? Oh, we have a couple more. Yeah. Now, please look at this one, everybody. Try yours. Think of it.
Well, I'm getting some weak thoughts here. It's almost like that battery they're holding has a weak charge.
And did you have another one, or? Oh, okay. Now just focus on this one, everybody. Try this. Concentrate.
I'm not sure the picture on this is clear.
Now just look very carefully. Try it. Concentrate.
It's something metal, isn't it? And a small round, like maybe a cap that you'd have on a bottle. You know, kind of old-fashioned.
That's really
For a drink.
for a drink. Can you tell us what kind of drink it is?
It's not Coke. I can tell this person's a very good thinker. I think it's root beer. Is it root beer?
Mm-hmm. You know, I think we really only have time for one. We could do it. Oh, here's one. Here we could try this one. Mm-hmm. All right, now tell us what this one is. Now go ahead with yours. Put yours up.
Oh, it's some liquid, isn't it? And it smells good. This person is thinking about their hair, so I think this must be a shampoo or conditioner, perhaps.
That's exactly right. Yeah. All right, put yours up. Try yours.
It's a small box. Is this a box to put jewelry in? No, I think it's not. I think this person carries pills in that box. Wow. Is
Okay.
that right?
Is that right? Yeah. Let's do one final thing. Now think of this one. Just look at this, everybody.
Well, it's something I like. It's money. And it's not just pocket change. It's a bill. I think that's a $5 bill. Wow. You know, Simon, this has been such a great audience. Why don't we close with the most difficult test I can think of? Would you ask that person to focus all their attention on the serial number on that bill?
Now please look at the entire serial number.
Well, I believe the first digit's a 1. Is that correct?
Yes.
Then there's another 1.
Yes.
Then a 2.
Yes.
And I believe there's a 6.
Yes.
Then I'm getting the thought of a 9.
Yes.
Now please hold it up.
Then there's another 6.
Yep.
And then a 1. No, it's not a 1. That's another 9. Yes. And that last digit is a 0 or 6.
What? Try all the letters.
Well, this is one of those new bills, and there are 3 letters. There's an A at the end.
Yep.
And concentrate on the ones at the beginning.
There's a C at the beginning, and the second one is a B.
Now try the one at the beginning there.
Maybe it's an L. Is it an L?
Is that it?
Yes.
Let's give her a big hand. Oh, wonderful job. Thank you.
Wow. Just a phenomenal thing. I was a child in that video. Yeah, it was quite a few years ago. Wonderful. Just wonderful stuff. I was so excited to follow them around. I remember being in Vegas one year, and like I followed them around as much as I could just to see them do this thing. And there was this moment that like is indelible in my mind. And this will say how long ago it was. Someone held out their cell phone, and Ginny goes, and her back is just turned. She's like looking towards the wall, and it's like in a hallway. She's like, I'm getting the sense of fruit. It's blackberry, but it's not the fruit. It's an it's a BlackBerry device. It's like, what is happening? It's so good, man.
I've known you a pretty long time, and I can see, as we're watching this, I can see your face. and I can feel like you're in a good time warp with this act. You know, it's bringing you back to the core, to the core of the excitement.
Well, I couldn't fathom how it could be possible. You know, I'd seen a couple things, but what they were doing, it just seemed so over the top, just off the charts, or just didn't seem possible to me. And you know, I had to watch it enough times before I got a clue or two before I went, oh wow, this is way more complex and beautiful than I could even imagine. And it's, you know, it's a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing.
I think it's fair to say, you know, obviously, our club member Newell is just one of our many experts on this topic, but this kind of magic show has been around a good long while. But by the time we came of age, I would say that Simon and Ginny were really quite a sensation, you know? They were really doing it so well, you know, in a pretty evolved manner. Would you say so, Alex? Did you look into the history of this kind of thing?
I did, because I had a friend at the time that it was one of my ins. It was one of the reasons I could follow them around doing this thing is I had a friend that him and his wife were seriously working on this stuff. And they had a few of the old manuscripts and they were interviewing Simon and Ginny about this because they wanted to be able to do an act like this. And so I got privy to some of the insider information as all of that was happening. And I just think that what they're doing, it just seems so invisible. They clearly are in tune with each other. You know, if there is something that looks like a stumble, it's so quickly swept under the rug and they move on because their rapport is so strong. The work that they have put into what this thing is just so deeply entrenched that there's no way you can see anything about anything. And it just looks like Ginny is just getting messages. She's just telling you what is happening through Simon's eyes. It's really fabulous, or through the spectator's eyes. It seems to like bounce back and forth between what that notion is and what that reality is, right? Effect wise. But it's wonderful. Just so wonderful.
A lot of you have never don't know of one of my old mentors, a guy named John Stetson, and although I think some of you do. And I remember there was a time when I was really performing more mentalism in Los Angeles, and John is among many things, he's a real mentalist, and everything that entails. And I remember some advice he gave me once, which was, I think, you know, one of the most insightful things I ever heard about anything that heads into this direction. And it sort of feeds on what you were saying, Alex, about the nature of what they're doing and how it is perceived and how it works. And what he said to me is that mind reading, and we were talking, oddly enough, we were talking about the straitjacket is what led into this, because the straitjacket isn't as unrelated to mind reading as you might think, but and this is another thing, you know, watching Max Maven do some mind reading for 2 hours on stage, you get this understanding. It's a little bit like professional wrestling at its best.
Yeah.
You're watching a battle. You're watching, you know, I remember one night seeing Max do his full evening show, and I watched Max a lot because Max was doing a lot of shows at that time. And Max is also a real mentalist, and I mean that, you know, very, very. There's not a lot of real mentalists, and without getting into everything that entails, it's a real thing. It's an archetype. It's powerful, but it's a struggle. You know, it's a battle. It's a fight. And I watched Max one night, sweating and working and struggling to pull a thought from a spectator's brain. And in that moment, I really kind of felt it. I really felt it in a way that my little young, jaded little guy brain was not able to see before, which is that the extent to which the audience can see the struggle matters a lot when you're doing mentalism.
Otherwise, there's nothing happening. Totally.
That's exactly right. And what you're really watching is a process, and you have to engage in it. And so what we're watching is a process, because she's trying to pull these waves out of the air in order to be able to tell the folks thoughts and things that she couldn't possibly see or know. And I think we all agree that she couldn't possibly see the things that she knew. And am I correct in saying that Simon doesn't explain the method? He doesn't express whether or not she's pulling the thoughts from the spectator or she's seeing things in her head that can't be there. I mean, there's a lot left up to the imagination in terms of the effect.
They kept it pretty vague, and I think intentionally, because there are moments where it's clearly she's getting something from Simon with something that he's holding up, or she's getting something from the participant with what they're holding up, and it seems to ping pong back and forth between those two places. But that probably gives them a lot of leeway for the, you know, the stuff that they're doing.
Absolutely. And you know, it's a really astonishing thing. You know, when we see some of this stuff that we do on these afternoons, I feel, you know, we don't expose magic tricks on YouTube and on the internet and stuff like that, but we talk about some of that stuff with our members, obviously, and in a few moments we're probably going to go do that. But I have to say that there are some times when the stuff we share has such an effect on the audience, I feel a sort of an ethical, moral obligation just to let people dream about it for a minute.
It's the only thing to do. I mean, because that's really, it's a beautiful thing that they built there. And at the very least, we should just experience magic, knowing that that kind of thing exists, and not say much more about it other than, wasn't that wonderful?